I'm Big Bob.
And I'm Ann.
What's up?
Just move on up. My piece of your fine.
So what's up, Big Bob?
Everything's great. What's up, Big Ann?
Well, I just came back from a couple of vacations, and we've been off the charts for a couple of weeks now. I guess a month. But you've been keeping the show going.
They don't know that.
Well, now they do.
They don't know you were on vacation. Well, they do because we had to do a couple episodes.
The one where you
sick
threw the
once,
chair away.
and then when I threw the chair away, yeah.
So
right.
yeah. Now I know what you think of me.
Lindsay Schultze.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
We start out every show with a recognition. And thank you very much
Okay.
to Brenda
Our
Ringwood,
producer.
who is our executive producer and also
Amazing.
founder of Being the Best You.
Be the
Foundation.
best you. Get it right.
It's becoming the best.
Becoming. Okay, so now I'm wrong.
I was going to say, you're all wrong.
Become the Best
Well,
You
you
Foundation.
change it up almost every
Well,
time, but that's cool.
Yeah, well, maybe I should be changing it, but best ideas don't care who the authors are. All right,
Okay.
you're in real estate.
I am.
Yeah, but she's like the top.
Wait,
one.
stop it. I'm interviewing her, not you.
Excuse me. How long have you known her? It's
I'm gonna
303.
get to know her pretty good.
Okay,
Yep.
fine. Let her rip.
So you're in real estate.
I am.
Are you any good at it?
I try. I sure try.
Okay. Anne says that you've pretty accomplished.
I try.
You
I'll
don't try. It just comes naturally.
Oh, I wish.
Like I was saying, she's the top agent here in Kansas City with Reese Nichols and the top
Yeah.
1% in the country.
You must know our good buddy, guy we interviewed a couple of weeks ago, Resale.
Yeah. I know Resale really well.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
we're part of.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Reese is so nice.
And brilliant.
I was in his, I think I was on the front cover of his
Yes,
magazine.
you were.
I'm pretty
it was
sure.
with your horse, wasn't it?
Yes, that's exactly
You have
what it
horses?
was. No, I sold a
What?
property with horses.
Oh.
Okay, I thought you
Yes.
had a horse.
I grew up riding
Okay,
English style.
okay.
I wish I had a horse now, but I don't have time.
What is the advantage of writing English versus, and what is the other one called?
Western.
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 Western is like very lackadaisical, kind of traditional writing. English is like you wear the chaps and the hat, you
And the-
jump. You have-
I thought English was on the both feet on one side of the horse.
No, that's side saddle.
Have you ever done
Sides.
that?
No,
There's no fun in side saddle.
no.
It looks
Lot of fun.
dangerous.
Lot
That's
of-
very
A
dangerous.
lot of fun in Western though.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh, look at that. She's blushing.
yeah. No, I love it. I loved it. I'd love to get my kids into it.
All right. Are there a lot of places around town you can horse ride?
Yeah, there are actually. Yeah. So the place that I sold was off K10 and Kill Creek Road. It was a huge horse facility
Uh-huh.
that I parceled the whole thing off and sold it in different little chunks, including a horse facility and a house and some acreage, another house and another house, and kind of sold the whole thing.
Is that a wedding ring?
Yep, I'm married.
With 3
It's okay.
kids.
It's okay. I'm
Years.
in a committed relationship. There's just no chance that we're ever gonna. Just not gonna happen. But
I love it.
appreciate it. Where did you grow up?
Denver.
I'm sorry about your Broncos.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible
Well, it
yesterday.
depends on your vantage point. I thought it was pretty funny.
It was really bad.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing is right.
Yesterday, as of this broadcast, the Broncos lost 70-20 to the Miami Dolphins
It was bad.
in football.
Aw.
It was really bad.
But you
Yeah.
still root for the Chiefs too, don't you? Or
Kind
you
of.
I do. I'm a fair weather fan for
Yeah.
both.
There you go. There
What
you
did
go.
you think of Swift being in the stands?
Oh, my kids were my girls.
Because
were
you went to
losing
the
it.
Taylor
I
Swift
did,
concert
yeah.
with both girls?
I did. Yeah. I mean, that was interesting. It was fascinating to watch. This whole unfolding of this is interesting. We'll see
How
what
old are your
happens.
girls?
They are first and third grade,
And then you have a son.
and then I have a son in fifth grade.
Great ages. When you come home,
Great
they still
ages.
run, jump into your arm and say, Mommy, 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 I miss you,
Yeah.
miss you, miss you.
But they're pistols.
Wait until they turn teenagers to stop doing that.
Oh, my middle child, she's already a handful.
But she's phenomenal because she's raising these 3 kids and she's built this incredible career. And I remember you telling me one point you were closing a deal when you were going into labor.
Oh, yeah.
Or surgery or something. They're wheeling
All
you in.
3 babies
and you were-
during labor, I was hashing out contracts.
How many contracts do you write a year?
So I sell between 80 and 100 houses a year.
Hold on a second. 80 to 100.
Well, just tell them what
No,
you're
no,
saying.
no, wait, no, stop.
You can't do math. You graduated what?
93 out of 95 with phys ed. But you are selling a house and you're closing 1.5 to 2 houses. Now let's do it 6 to 8 a month.
Yeah,
How big is your team?
me.
Just her.
You do all the
It's
paperwork.
me. So I have a full-time assistant that I brought on 5 years ago.
So she does a lot of the paperwork.
She does a lot of the like background stuff. I get to stay up front and do all the nice, fancy,
All right.
fun
I got
stuff.
1,000 questions to ask.
Ask away.
Median prices?
So I deal primarily in upper bracket, but I do them all. I was out showing a client this weekend for 200, and then
The cheap little throwaways.
I love it. No, those are some of my like favorite. I love all of them, but the first time home buyers, it's very emotional. But yeah, I sell them all. I just listed a house for 4.5 million that I've sold her. I think this is our fourth or fifth house
What's
together.
the biggest house you've ever sold?
3.5 million.
So
I
this
had a
is-
house listed for 10 million, but I didn't sell it.
So this is going to be your biggest.
This will be my biggest.
Wow, congratulations.
But you have to tell them too what your husband does.
Well, wait a
Yes.
second.
Well, no,
She doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
She's grown, emancipated woman. She doesn't have to do
Would you
anything.
get up so I can throw this chair away?
Go ahead. Ask your question.
No, tell them about what your husband does and how you kind of.
Yeah, so my husband's a lender. He got into lending. He was in commercial construction for like 20 years.
Whoa. So he married someone 20 years younger than him.
No, I wish. Nice. I know.
About 3
That
years.
was- I
Nice
like
one,
it.
right,
I
right,
like
right,
it.
okay.
No, so he was in commercial construction. He worked for block construction forever,
Good
business
job.
development,
Right,
project
right.
developer.
David Block is going to be,
Oh,
he's going to be with us pretty soon.
nice. David's very nice.
Nice guy.
Yeah. And then he got into lending. So it's great. We get to work hand in hand with each other.
So you hand feed him all your business.
Sometimes. So I leave it up to my clients. I just kind of put it there. If they use them, great. If they don't, not a big deal.
Can I ask an inappropriate question?
Knock yourself out.
That's all you ask.
Who's your go-to flooring guy?
Ooh, I don't
Well,
really have one, but it's going
I
to be
would
you
like
now.
to have an opportunity
Yeah,
to earn your
absolutely.
business.
I would love that.
I can have my son Michael, who handles it,
Yes.
is our rep with,
I need that.
takes care of all the problems.
Yes,
Love the
done and
opportunity.
done.
Thank
Because for
you.
each of her clients, she has a huge resource database
Yeah,
for everything you
I
want
really
done in your
do.
home.
Yeah, we
I was just kind of hand it off to my contractor and then whoever they
would
use.
love, I mean, this might be the first time I've
Yeah, you
ever
guys-
monetized this podcast.
No,
but
that's
I would
okay.
love to have an
Yeah.
opportunity to be on your
I
flooring
mean, you've been
business.
around forever, which I love.
Next month, 40 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it wasn't my father's business.
It was yours.
He built it
Yes.
himself.
Good for you.
Kind of
I
like you.
love to see stuff like that.
I mean, how many people get to say they get to celebrate a 40th birthday of their own business?
That's insane.
And if I get real lucky, a 50th.
Yeah. My mom owned her businesses for 40 years and then retired. So
she was kind of your inspiration.
oh,
wasn't
she's
she?
amazing. Yeah, both my parents are amazing. But
So you grew up local? No, you
No,
grew up in
Denver.
Denver.
Grew up in Denver.
How long you been here?
so I went to KU, graduated in
Good choice.
2004. Thank you. Graduated in 2004. I worked in advertising for a quick 11 months at Barclay Evergreen and then started in real estate. So I've been in real estate for 18 years.
So my understanding of real estate, and I categorize it with insurance
Yeah.
and with stocks
Commodity.
and bonds
Yeah.
and all that. They hired 10 people. They throw you into the dungeon and say, work your ass off.
Yeah.
We only expect 1 or 2 of you to come out alive.
Oh, that's exactly how it works.
And then of the 1 or 2 who come out alive, they throw you into the kitchen
Yeah.
with another 10 people
Oh, yeah.
and expect only 1 or 2 of you to come out of the kitchen alive.
Yep.
And then they throw 10 or 15 of you into the upstairs,
Yep.
right?
It's so
And only
true.
1 or 2 of you ever
We'll make it.
make it. And statistically, what you're doing
It's crazy.
is off the charts. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
1
very
out of
thankful.
1,000. It's like 1 out of 10,000, 1 out
Yeah.
of 20,000,
Yeah.
what you've accomplished.
Well, and we have 16,000 licensed agents in Kansas City. We probably
lot.
need about 6,000. So we are
Well, the
so.
80-20, the 80-20,
I was just going to say that it's
so-
the 80-20 rule.
Right.
It's exactly what it is. I mean, I run into the same people constantly. You know, that's the 80-20 rule.
Well, the difference is there's probably a lot of people who say, I want to be a realtor
I get it
so
all the
I
time.
can have a business card, but I don't want to work.
Get it all the time.
And I don't, you don't have to pay me. I just don't want to work.
Yeah, I just want to say I
wanna have
sell
a-
real estate.
Right, I sell real estate.
Yeah.
For that 2 times a year.
I mean,
that somebody might have to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
work every day.
I mean, it's a 24/7, 365.
What time do you usually start working?
So I would say kids up at 7, out by 8. I'm up at 8, but I am a night owl.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Starting
I'm
at 8, 'cause-
working by 8.
There you go.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
you're like,
I was-
whoa.
well, I
It's
was-
like, kids,
She
get
is a
going.
night owl. She'll
Yeah.
probably be
We're
doing
done.
stuff in the
Yeah,
morning.
we're done. So start at 8. I get done at like 1, 2 in the morning because I like to work when everything is quiet.
So
Or
you
kinda
don't,
put
you
things
can't
together.
interact with people after 10 at night.
Oh yeah, all
You'd
the
be
time.
surprised.
You would be
You've had
shocked.
people texting you at midnight.
Oh yeah, I have people texting me at midnight asking about should I move my couch this way? Like if we're getting their house ready, which I'm okay to take because I would rather them get it off their plate and be less stressed
Yeah.
than for them to like sit on it all night and have anxiety over
Don't write it down. We'll talk about it tomorrow after breakfast. But
it.
Text him at 1 in the morning.
Yeah,
see
I know,
what happens.
right?
you can,
Yeah. well,
sure.
She just won't
absolutely.
answer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep my phone in a different room.
That's
right?
smart. I don't.
How many times have you fired a customer?
So I have fired a customer maybe 2 or 3 times, and it takes a lot for me to fire someone.
Give me an example of what a firing offense would be.
Ooh.
You're already on the chopping block.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
So
Are
I
you
mean,
kidding me?
just
All right.
you know, we kind of get we are a subcontractor. We're a real estate agent. We are a therapist. We kind of get it all. So you know, there's a little bit of an emotional aspect that gets into it. When I get, you know, if someone's like constantly being rude or thinking that, you know, they're going to tell me how to do my job, then maybe it's not a good fit, you know.
And you've only fired 2.
2 to 3 people maybe, where I will tell you though, if I go to a listing appointment or I meet with a buyer and I feel like their level of expectation is not something that I can provide to them or that is unrealistic, I will tell them that at the beginning because I would rather have them be, you know, dissatisfied and now than in 6 months when I can't get my job done.
I'm relatively successful in business.
Yeah.
And one of my mantras of being successful is under promise, over
Over-deliver. I'm right there with you.
And the best way to be successful is make sure the bar is not set too high.
See, I set my bar too
Yes,
high
you do.
anyway.
Well, no, what I'm saying to you is if they expect the moon from you,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, understand, they are going to get the exact same service from you, regardless
Oh yeah.
of what they think they're going to get
Yep.
or what you think you're going to give them.
Yep.
This is what they're going to get.
Yeah.
If you set the bar here and deliver this,
Yeah.
you're a superstar. If you set the bar here and you deliver this,
It's true.
you're a loser.
Yeah.
So it's all about under promising and over delivering.
Yeah.
And I got to believe for you to be this successful, maybe it's the blonde hair,
Yeah,
maybe it's
right.
the youth, but nobody expects anybody to be the superstar you are. And so maybe the bar is set lower. So when you give them that exceptional service, they come back for more and more
Yeah.
because you exceeded expectations.
Yeah. I mean, I'm almost all referral based.
Right.
So
95%.
yeah, like 95% referral based.
How do you know Ann?
Anne is the best. So Anne is a writer for
Jesus,
a
wait a
couple.
second. Ow!
Let her speak the truth,
She's
man.
the best. She's I mean, obviously, you know, she's a writer and she wrote some stories. And then Anne and I just like, we'll talk about the story and then we'll spend like 45 minutes just kind of like chatting.
She wrote
'Cause
my book.
Oh, I love that. She's the best.
I
Oh.
had to tell her how to write it down.
Yeah.
But you know, during COVID, my husband and I were thinking about selling our house, but
Yeah.
things happened where we just decided
Yep,
not to.
yep.
But you came over. She comes over so thoroughly prepared with everything you need. Sits down, spends a couple hours with you, going over everything about what is involved in selling your home. It's incredible.
It's a very intense process.
but very relaxed. And as soon as you sit with her, you're like, okay, I feel like I'm in the hands of an expert. Help me.
Single most expensive transaction anybody could possibly get into. Buying a house,
I mean,
with the exception maybe of divorce.
yeah, yeah,
The house is involved.
yeah, especially if you have the house.
But I mean, it is a life-changing.
Oh yeah, we're playing with some big money there. I mean, it's their biggest investment.
They gotta really trust you.
Very much so. And I
Yeah.
want them to. You know, the more that they trust me, the easier my job is. Because then, you know, if people will let me take over and do my job, I am so much more successful than if they're trying to like jump in every 2 seconds.
Do you make decisions for them?
Oh yeah.
Do they ask you make the decision for them? Or are your opinions, because of your experience, you say, look, you're gonna have to change the flooring, we're gonna have to paint the walls, we're gonna have to do this, we'll knock down that wall. I mean,
I give them options. So when I go on a listing appointment, one, I bring in a stager to meet with them, make sure that we're, you know, not here, we're here, so that we're above everyone else.
Right.
When we go through, if the carpeting needs to be changed, I'll be like, hey, you can leave the carpeting here, or we can price it here. You know, you spend $10,000 on carpeting, but I'm going to get you 25 back. So I give them two options. It's up to them. Now, if the house, like I went and listed a house the other day that needed a lot of love. And to me, it doesn't make sense to invest that money into it, because ultimately someone's going to walk in and they're going to want to change so much more than that one thing. And maybe they don't want carpet. Maybe they want LVT, or maybe they want lace and hardwoods, or maybe they want, you know, I don't know what they want. So I would rather every house is going to be a different situation.
So we deal with a lot of people trying to sell their
Oh,
houses,
sure.
people buying new houses.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've always said is, when you're selling the house, we're going neutral. We're going
Neutral is right.
Non-offensive.
Yes, they
to
call it
offend-
Johnson County.
Yes.
based.
Well, something, not just the flooring, but everything. We want it to be the least objectionable. Hello,
Yep.
is that the fire alarm?
My producer is having
It's on
technical
you. Yes.
difficulties.
Okay, now you can go again.
It's okay.
There we get to edit.
So we want the customer to come in and find no reason not to buy the house.
Yeah.
They might want green carpet, but
Yes.
they're not going to say, I'm not going to buy the house because it doesn't have green carpet.
Yeah.
But if there's green carpet on the floor and they don't want green carpet, they might say, I'm not buying this house because the carpet's ugly.
Oh, sure. I've seen
And
it
the same,
all.
and the same with the walls and the fixtures and the refrigerator, right? So our job is to make it as neutral, as unoffensive, and as universally accepted
Oh, yeah. I mean, for
by the
sure.
most people.
Mm-hmm.
When you're buying the home you're going to live in, I don't care if you want purple and greens and polka dots.
Yeah.
That's up to you because you got to live there.
Yep.
Right? But when you're selling it, we're
Yes.
going for
Neutral. Neutral palette for
Right.
sure.
What do you say to the people who live in Wyandotte County or in Plant County? You can't tell them
Johnson County beige.
Yeah.
Just beige your house.
Well,
I mean, now it's the grays and the whites.
Right.
So, you know, it's like you got to find the kind of,
right.
okay, are we going to go beige? Are we going to go taupe? Are we going to go gray? Are we just doing white out? What are we doing here?
So in your Rolodex, are you old enough to know what
Oh, I know a
Rolodex?
Rolodex.
Do you have painters and plumbers
Everybody.
and roofers and
Yeah.
landscaping and everything?
Yep. So before we had kids, my husband and I used to flip houses. So I know.
I know.
We loved it. Every aspect of a house I love. We are, and
You
I were
are
talking
a
about this.
superstar.
Oh, you're
You
so
are an
nice.
absolute
Yeah, don't be fooled by
superstar.
his charm.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the moon, Alice. To the moon.
I love it. I love it. So we used to flip houses before we had kids. We just clearly both of us love it. I mean, we love it. And we thought we were in our forever home. We've remodeled it twice, ripped it out, have done additions, have literally ripped out what we did 10 years ago. Because I'm constantly seeing things in houses. Well, we just bought the house across the street from us, and
Are
we're
you
going to
trying
tear
to
it
keep
down.
up with the Joneses?
No, I hate keeping up with the Joneses.
She keeps up with
actually.
herself.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with this. Find what you like and run with what you like. Who cares what somebody else
Well,
has?
no, what I'm saying is I see something fun in their house, I'm like, well, I want to do that in mine. You know, not necessarily, oh, I need that. It's, oh, I like that. I want
So,
that.
so let me tell you, if I had unlimited resources,
Yeah.
I would not buy a boat and put it down at the Ozarks someday.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
What I would do is find the guy who has the biggest, nicest boat, invite him out to dinner at Capitol Grill, bring a case of wine over to his house at Christmas time, and go on his boat anytime I wanted to.
I agree.
Why do you have to put it in your house?
Because that's my nest. That's my, that's my safe place when I get home. It's very neutral. It's
You
very,
don't have a safe place. You're working.
I know. Well, I just want that to be like, I tell people this, like, hey, make sure that you feel comfortable. Don't feel like you're going to grow out of it. But at the same time, don't be house poor. I have to live what I preach,
All right. Where do you vacation?
You just went to one of your favorite
Colorado,
places.
Vail,
Really? Skiing
Yes.
or does it matter?
summertime.
Summertime.
That's the best. I was just there over the weekend.
Oh.
Estes Park.
Oh, so pretty.
Well, now that it's legal in Missouri, you don't have to go to
I
Colorado
know, I
anymore.
do,
That's not why she goes. You probably wanted to go on vacation with
Right?
her now.
Yeah.
No, I can buy my own marijuana. I mean, in Missouri, I don't have to go to Colorado.
I know, I see the lines around the places, like, just constantly.
Okay, Colorado for the mountains.
Yes, I love the mountains.
Where else do you have vacation?
Anywhere that's hot, that has the sun and a beach, and a
Beach.
pool. I'm thrilled.
See, I have two vacation spots. I
Okay.
want a beach
Yep.
or pool where the biggest decision I have to make is, do I want vodka or gin in
yeah.
my orange juice?
Yeah, okay,
Right.
perfect.
Or I want over-the-top stimulation like a Vegas where,
Ooh,
right? Well, I have that nasty habit.
yeah,
I'm addicted.
that's fair.
Right. But I'm not a museum guy.
No, I'm not
I'm not
either.
a tour guide.
No.
type, right?
No, I'm not either. My
I don't have the
husband
patience for that.
has like a minor in history, and I can see my son going down that, which I love that. He
Yeah.
loves reading books. He will go to he asked me to take him to the library the other day, and he came
What?
back with,
What?
I know.
What?
And he came back with, which is funny. He's a sports junkie. Like, if you say any football player right now on any team, he can like tell you every stat.
All the
of them.
stats. Yeah.
This is your 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, 11 now. No, he's 10. But like I got no, he's 11. He's 11. I gotta think
Put
about
your hand
that.
up like
I
that.
know. I'm like, I know.
I hope he doesn't see this.
He will.
You will.
But anyway, so he's a big history buff. Like, he got
Sports
a
history.
sports history, World War, like,
Do you see all this stuff?
yes,
This is-
this would be
You need
like
to
his
invite him
safe.
here.
Oh yeah. I mean, any history. So he picked up like 5 different books. It was like Muhammad Ali's biography. It was,
Muhammad Ali.
there we go.
Here's
It was
Mickey
like-
Mantle,
Yep.
right.
He loves war, anything like war related. Him and my
Right.
husband are always up watching war, like History Channel.
Well, that begs the question for me, because I've known
Yeah.
you for a while and you're working all the time and you're balancing the
Yeah.
proverbial work-life thing. But out of curiosity, how do you think what you do is impacting your kids for their future?
That's a
Because they
great
see you all the
question.
time.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah.
Because he's got 2 sons.
I got the answer for you.
But
Yeah.
I want to hear it from
I know
her
you do.
mouth.
Yeah.
You can
I know.
talk later.
So I grew up, my parents were divorced. So I grew up in a little bit of a different situation where we had to grow up very fast. My sister is 4 years older than me, but I act older than her. So
Is she going to see this?
oh yeah, I'm sure she'll see it. She knows it. She's hysterical. But anyway, so we grew up very fast. I also went to high school that was a very prominent high society high school.
In Colorado?
In Colorado.
I didn't know they had
I
good
know,
education
shocker,
like that in
weird.
Colorado.
Well, she's
right?
prime
Public
example.
schools.
I know.
Obviously, you didn't go
Yeah.
there.
So, I mean, a lot of the kids that went to our school, they had a lot of funds. One thing that I will tell you is my kids are learning the concept of money. They're understanding how fast it can go. And I'm teaching them the work ethic, work quality. I feel like some of I don't even know what it is, the whatever generation it is that is coming out right now.
Gen
It's a little,
Z?
It's a
little
gimme
bit
generation.
of a mess. Yeah.
It's a give me generation.
It's like, I deserve this. No, you don't. You will earn it. So like, our household is very, listen, you can have the world, but the minute that you think that something is owed to you, it will be shut down very quickly.
That's
So
awesome.
Yeah, it's
My,
important.
my kids never got an allowance.
Yeah, ours too. We make them earn it.
Well, when they asked for allowance, I said, sure, I'll give you an allowance, but then
Sure.
you're going to have to pay for dinner.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
going to have to pay for the extra blanket
yeah,
because you didn't pay for any electricity.
yeah, right?
But I did give them a free college education.
Oh, yeah, same here, and I'm very thankful
That's
for
all I'm
that.
going to do is I'm going
Yes,
to give them
we
a free
started our
college.
529 plans for each kid.
But upon graduation, I told them they have to do a walkabout. If they want to come back and work for us, they have to
Yeah.
do a walkabout. They have
I
to
like
live
that.
outside of Kansas City without my
That's great.
Rolodex, without my checkbook for
Yeah.
at least 1 year
Ooh, that's brilliant.
until you come back. And then you may choose if you want to come back
Sure.
to Kansas City, work in the family business.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I didn't want to be the one to teach them if they show up late, they get fired.
Yes.
If they have too many good ideas,
Yeah.
they get fired.
Yeah.
If you don't outwork your competition, you don't get ahead.
Yep.
I wanted someone else to teach them that.
Yes. No, I love that. I think
So-
that's. Yeah, I will take
Take that into
Yeah, I will.
consideration.
I will for sure.
Because, and by the way, they both took cuts in pay to move back to Kansas City to work in the family business.
I love that.
right. And
It's
because
important.
family values are important.
Very important. Yes.
But I think the single greatest thing a lot of parents are doing wrong today is giving their children too much.
So much. Yeah.
Just everything, anything.
It's crazy. I
There's
mean,
no consequences.
no, there's no
for
consequences.
you getting something. What are you doing to earn?
That's what we talk about
So-
all the time.
My kids both were National Honor
Oh,
Society, right?
awesome.
And I gave them a check for it. And my son looks at me and says, Dad, this is the first money you've ever given me. And I said, well, you earned it. And he looked at me and says, yeah, I did earn it.
Good for him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right?
See, I think that's so important. Like our son plays, you name it, every sport, and he is a great kid at sports, which is awesome. But we have not taken it down to one, and those are expensive.
Yes,
So we, it's important for him to understand that yes, you're good, so you will continue to play, but this is the first year where he can get cut. So this is
Tryout.
this is tryouts. We went through tryouts, and he's like, "Oh, Mom, I got it." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's slow your roll here a little bit, buddy. Like, I understand that you're good, but you are like act like you are like trying out for a team that you have not played on before. Act like nobody knows you here. It is so important for you to show up every time."
All right. So we're going to sports now.
Yeah.
Were you a KU fan?
I'm a KU fan.
Are you a Prime Coach fan?
You know what? He cracks me up. I think it's so. But you know
Do
what?
you know who Prime Coach is?
Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
University of Colorado.
Yeah. So I saw a little meme or whatever they call it the other day, where he was talking about God, how God made him, which I loved. I mean, I loved that. I was like, yes, he did, and I love that.
I think he was an exceptional athlete.
Insane. I got the
Right.
history of him the other day from my
Right.
son.
I mean,
Of course.
Yeah.
he did what very few people could have ever done.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
Right.
insane.
And the fact that he's giving back kids,
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I'm rooting for him.
me
I
too.
just wish sometimes he'd tone it down just
I
a tad
know.
because I find his personality to be bulletin board material
Yeah,
for everybody who's going to play.
yeah,
And now his team has to play a motivated other
Yeah.
team because of his chit chat.
yeah. Well, and it's like, I mean, he's a loud guy.
Loud and proud.
Which I appreciate,
you.
but like, I mean,
No,
I
no,
get
no.
it.
He
Sometimes
did
I
it.
wish he would.
I'm a wannabe. He's
Yeah.
he's
Well,
not
you
a
said
has been
loud and
anymore.
proud. Loud part you got covered.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I enjoy watching it. Yeah. It's interesting to see the people that don't like him. I'm always like, just go somewhere else.
I've asked a lot of people that question.
Yeah.
Are you for or against Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
And
I'm
the
for him.
The politically correct is, regardless of what you're thinking, is of course I'm for him,
Yeah.
right? But I think there's some secret haters out there.
Oh, see, I like him. I like stuff like that.
I would have loved to have been his teammate.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. It's got a different mentality there.
So, Kay, you ever go to the basketball games there?
Yep. My son went to the basketball camp this year, which was cool to see.
What players were there?
Oh God, I don't know. Don't ask me that.
I can't even name
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
cut that part out. Right, you're right. We got to
Yeah,
edit that part
exactly.
out.
Yeah.
We didn't ask her.
Yeah.
So, what do you do for recreation?
So I play tennis. It's like I am stressed all the time. So like if I can slam, a tennis racket,
You
I'm
never
thrilled.
appear stressed. ever.
Oh, I'm
She's that proverbial duck,
yeah, right.
right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that
yeah.
duck,
I know.
Paddling like
Under the
that
water.
underneath.
Uh-huh.
right? Smooth
Yeah.
on
So
top.
anything that I can, like, I love watching my kids' sports game, which is silly, but I love watching them
Are
play
you
sports.
making too much noise in the
No, I'm not
bleachers?
that person. Sometimes I am, and then I'll
Thank
hear
you.
myself on a video and I'm like,
Gotta pull
cut it
back.
out,
Right,
pull
right.
it back.
Hate those
But
people.
no, I love playing tennis. I love watching them. I don't watch TV. I don't do stuff
no
like that.
pickleball?
No, but I would like to learn. I'd like to
Wait,
learn that in
wait
golf.
a second. There's nothing to learn at pickleball.
Well,
Just
kind
show
of.
up.
For
I mean,
you,
it's like,
there would be.
No, there wouldn't. So
yeah,
somebody,
I do love tennis though.
Right. Guy calls me up. Our biggest customer calls us up and says, "We're having a pickleball day. Our company and your company.
Oh, I love it.
You got to show up." I'm in my mid-70s.
Yeah.
Right? I'm old. I'm
Yeah.
fat. I'm
No.
arthritic. So I said, "Look, I'll come as a spectator." Well, there was a rotation where
You had to jump in.
I was supposed to jump in. I'm in pedestrian clothes.
It's
I
okay.
got Crocs. What are these things called?
Crocs.
Crocs.
I
Oh
got
my
Crocs on. I said, I'll hit it back and forth a couple times till I break a sweat, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I did not embarrass myself,
Good for you.
right?
That's a
Right.
first.
I like it.
and we had a wonderful run of 3 episodes without you here. You don't have to keep busting my chops like that.
I
Oh
love
yeah, I
it.
do.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
So, so the crossover for you to pickleball.
I'm sure it'd be easy. I just
No.
don't
It's
know.
not like you got to learn anything. Here's
Well,
the
I
paddle.
just picked up tennis like 2 years ago. I've never
Here's-
played
here's
in
the
my
paddle.
life.
Here's the paddle. Hit the ball 3 times. You'll figure it
I
out.
feel like it's a little bit harder than what you think,
not.
though. I'll go and
No.
like hit with my
No,
son,
no,
and
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
No.
I agree with her. I played tennis in college, was nationally ranked, top for 10 years.
that a girl.
Okay, she's right. I don't want to play pickleball because I think I'll ruin the game for everyone else on the court.
Because you're so
You'll be
competitive.
slamming it and
Yeah.
competitive.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
she is.
do it. It
She's
looks
one
like
of the most
ping pong,
competitive.
live action ping pong or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But as you get older, it's harder for you to be competitive at tennis, and you can go be at the top rung of pickleball tomorrow. You can be a superstar out there.
I'm still good at tennis.
Yeah, I was gonna say she still wants to hammer people in tennis.
Yeah.
She's not. She's not.
Yes.
No, she's not.
Yes.
No, she's not.
Yes.
I love it.
No, anyways, pickleball would be great for you crossover.
I know.
And it's so many more people, and it's so more social.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, yeah.
I think I need
I've
that.
got something for you though. I did a story on pickleball for one of the other public. No, actually, it was Kansas City Homes and Style. And in my research, I discovered maybe this is for you.
How many years ago was this?
Like 3. Okay.
Pickleball is now going to be in the Olympics.
Well, let me get to this.
Oh, is
thing.
it really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There are nude pickleball clubs in senior community centers.
No.
In Florida and Arizona. Last I wrote about it. Yes, they play.
And what if you?
Well, that'd be great if everybody was in their 20s, but when you get to be your
I was
70s
gonna
and
say
80s,
why? Why?
I don't know.
Why do we
I
need
just
that?
thought that was interesting.
That's interesting.
Let's hope it's not a trend.
you haven't considered this, have you?
No. I haven't even considered pickleball.
I love it. That's awesome.
But he's in the back because when we leave, he's going to go do some research.
Yeah, he's gonna
on
be like,
Google.
where
Show,
can I
show me the
vacation?
pictures. Yeah, show me
Yeah.
pictures.
Where can I vacation where there's
Right.
nude pickleball?
Let's circle back to business.
Sure.
How did you pick real estate?
So I started in marketing, worked at Barclay, worked on like Sonic right there. Worked on
With roller skates, or without roller skates?
no, did not work at Sonic. I worked on
They were an
their
account.
advertising account.
Oh, you were one of the car
listen.
bunnies?
No. And it wasn't like fulfilling me financially as well. It was not fulfilling me financially. It was not fulfilling kind of my drive. And I just had always had it in the back of my mind. A guy that I dated in college, his cousin actually introduced me to it. And I'm so thankful that she did because I've loved it ever since. Absolutely loved
I
it.
just started counting your money. 180 houses a year
Mm.
at $1 million average house at 3%.
I get
That's a lot.
taxed real hard.
Right. But
I
that's
sell about 50 to 60 million a year is what I
Okay.
sell.
all right. So
So
they're
there's
not
like
$1 million
little-
houses.
no,
you sell,
not all of
you
them.
sell some throwaway
Oh, yeah.
$300,000, $400,000, $500,000
Absolutely.
houses.
Yeah.
Not all $1 million.
And they all start there. It's cool. I mean, I get to grow with them. So I get the house, all my friends that we're all poor.
How do you find them?
They're all referrals. So like when I started in 2005, I was selling my friends, their first house, and then they would get married and I'd get their next house, and then they'd have a baby and they'd grow out of that one. And then their coworker would say, "Oh, well, you just bought a house. Who'd you use?" "Oh, I loved her. Or I hated her." Whatever it is. So everything has been referral based. So every person, like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 transactions a year are just super random where they're like, "Hey, I saw your stats online. I called." I've actually gotten more of those this year than I ever have because the market it's changing,
How?
This is the first time that I am like actually saying that because there has been more this year. Like when I go on a listing, I never lose ever. I was interviewed with 10 other agents this year
What?
on one listing.
How
So
big was the listing?
it was good. It was an
Okay.
850. I mean, it was a great listing, but it was something where I was like, this is not, you're not going to trust me. So this is ultimately not going to be a good fit.
If I went out to a job and there were 8 people bidding on the flooring, even though I thought I'd bring the best value.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Value,
Yeah.
we define value at Big Bob's as competitive price,
Yep.
exceptional service.
Yep.
Right? Not necessarily cheapest price, because
Yeah.
I've always think the guy who's the cheapest is the one closest to going out of business.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
competitive price, exceptional service.
Yep.
Value.
Yep.
If you're not looking for value, I don't want to waste my time.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, there's people that want fly-by-night agents that will reduce their commission. And these people were like, "My house is going to sell the first 2 days it was on the market." It's still on the market. I mean, this was a month ago that I went on that listing. So I'm like, no, it's not. The one thing that I've always been, it doesn't matter. I mean, COVID was insane.
Right.
We never stopped. We were considered essential. I was constantly moving. COVID changed the mentality of real estate forever. I mean, we will never go back. COVID changed how people use their houses. They changed how they lived in them.
Best business we've ever had was COVID.
Yeah, and that's the same with me. I mean, I did one of my biggest years in COVID, and it's because people were stuck home and were like, "This is not going to work," Or now my job is work from home. Like we're building a house, so we love our neighbors, we love our street, we love our schools, we love everything. We remodeled our house to be our forever house. Well, sweetest older couple just moved from across the street, and we bought their house. We're going to knock it down and build. We're going to put 2 offices in that house because I love my husband, but he paces and he's a loud talker. So we're going to have
Yes.
2 offices on
You
either
going to replicate
side
your
of-
outdoor kitchen that you gave me?
replicating that outdoor kitchen.
All right.
I mean, but that's the thing. I mean, if COVID wouldn't have happened, we would be like, okay, that's, we're good. Like I live in my office. My kids call it mom's office, which makes my husband very annoyed because it's our office, but I live in that office and
Don't you have a basement? You can put them downstairs
I
in the
doesn't want to be in
basement.
the basement. I wish. I was like, we were going through our floor plan in our new house with the architect, and I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want your office in the basement?"
That's where my husband's office is, and it's great.
Oh, I pray to God he changes his mind because I love him. But again, and this is the same mentality that a lot of people had was I am now with my family 24/7.
We need some
My
space.
husband and my wife and I are now working in the same space, and we're going to murder each other, And that's kind of how we are. I mean, he's fine. He's happy as a
How
lark.
often do you go in the office?
I try to go in a couple days a week. I have an office in my office, but I need for it to be stone cold silent for me to like really work. But I'm mostly in my car all day. So my office time is post kids going to bed, post dinner.
How many phones do you have?
One.
Have you thought about a second one?
No, God, no. No, I don't want any more. Honestly,
No,
if I could throw.
family, friends only phone, kid phone.
No, because then I have to carry it with me. Because,
You got a purse.
well, yeah, but I answer my phone. It doesn't, I mean, I get probably 30 random phone calls a day where I don't know the phone number. But I answer it because you don't know. You know, I had a client call me this morning and say, hey, I got your name from so-and-so. Had I not answered that call, they might be like, she went to voicemail. She's too busy for me.
So here at work, there's a lot of communication amongst the coworkers.
Yeah.
You only call if you need an answer in the next 3 minutes.
I like that.
You text.
Oh, God, I love text message.
You text if you need an answer in the next 3 hours.
Yeah, sure.
You email if you need an answer in the next day or two.
Oh, I love that.
And if you can get your people to adapt to it, you will eliminate an awful lot of the doesn't need to be done now. Why are you distracting
See,
me?
I know, but I love that. Like, I
You're an
thrive.
action junkie.
I know, it's weird. But
You
I like-
more balls up the air, the happier you are.
You're totally right. If I slow down, I am not.
You'll
I
know what to do.
don't sit down. I don't watch TV. I think I maybe sat on our couch
Even when
maybe
you're
like
on
5 times.
vacation.
I don't like sitting down. It's not my jam.
Well, stand up.
I know, right? Like this is like taking a nap. But I don't like, if I could throw every TV in our house away, I would be the happiest person ever. If I could throw every electronic away in our house, I would be like,
You're building a
thrilled.
new house, don't put any outlets in it.
I wish. My
What
kids
what
like
kind
it.
of food do you eat? You eat at home, you go out.
No, my husband cooks every night. He's Italian.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Speaking of kitchens and cooking, I just
Yeah.
realized something. Your picture is on my fridge, but yours isn't.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Wait. Did your husband put her picture up
No,
on the
I
fridge?
did. She puts them on these great sport calendars, the
Mhm.
schedules for the Chiefs, KU. Hers always front and center on my fridge.
Yeah. Well, people do business with us. Usually, the pedestrians out there buy flooring once every 7 years.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason why we have pivoted and started a division just to go after real producers
Yeah.
is they had the propensity of introducing
Oh,
us
for
to
sure.
5, 10, 15 consumers every year.
Oh, easily.
And that's
Easily.
why we've made that pivot.
Yeah. And you're smart. I mean, here's the deal. My contractor, I have a contractor that probably gets 60 deals from me a year.
Right.
Some of them can be an entire house build. He can build a house that's $2 million. Maybe it's a basement remodel that's upper bracket 400,000. Maybe it's hanging a mirror for someone that's $100 an hour. He gets them all because he answers his phone. He's not creepy and he shows up.
How often do vendors try to knock on your door and try to
Constantly.
say, is that a bad thing, good thing?
It's, it is. Some of them I will be open to, like warm introductions. I love warm introductions. I love cold calls, not my jam,
So I just read a book.
You read a book? What
Did
happened?
you see the
Or did
softball I gave
you
her?
read it or
You
was
see-
it?
A lot of
Yeah,
pictures.
was it
a lot of
an
right
audio
She
pictures.
was so ready
Right,
for
right,
it.
a lot of
Yeah.
pictures.
Comic book.
Giftology,
Ooh,
the art of giving.
I love giving gifts.
Well, you give gift every time. you
Oh, I
do a
love
closing.
it. Yes.
So we give a gift to realtors, not after they've given us a sale,
Yeah.
before they've given us a sale.
Yeah.
Isn't that
See, and
bribery?
that's not so.
No, and it ties, just like you got her picture up on your
Yeah.
refrigerator. See that picture of Mahomes on my wall,
Yep.
right? We give away a piece of art like that,
Oh, that's cool.
right? But we put your logo in
Love
the
it.
picture,
Oh, I love it.
right?
So cool.
So it's personalized
Yeah.
with your logo in
See,
it
that's brilliant. People remember that kind of stuff.
forever.
And that's my degree in advertising. So I appreciate stuff like that.
We can have, not today, but we'll have a talk about marketing
Yeah.
and advertising because it's what I've probably done best in my life.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm like, Ann knows I'm a paper freak. Everyone's like drip
Oh, yeah, yeah.
campaigns. I'm like, no, I I want to touch it, feel it. I want it to have like distance on it. I want it to have longevity. You know, I am a big component of that.
That picture will stay up on your wall
Yeah,
a
forever.
lot longer than that calendar.
But here's the deal on the price for that calendar for the proximity that it stays up. And then I send a calendar at the end of the year, and then I send notepads for their
Every
to-do
day.
list.
What is your go-to gift on a big house?
You know, it changes. Sometimes I'll do wine of the month. Sometimes I have a local company that is phenomenal, that is a local cute little family rancher that I'll send them
Right.
like steaks. Maybe it's a bottle of champagne. Maybe I had an artist do a portrait of their house. I don't know. It changes.
So I use a deli in New York City, and the best ice cream I've ever had in my life.
He has ice cream
Out of-
shipped to him.
Right,
Ugh,
out of
How
Cincinnati,
dare I wish.
right? Out of Cincinnati, Grader's ice cream. Grader's ice cream, best
Yeah,
ice cream.
yeah,
in the
right.
world.
There's
I
a
know what
plug.
you want. Freebies.
And these paintings, and that's what we give.
Yeah.
In our giftology.
Yeah. See, I think it's like something that's memorable. You know, I send a customized wine bottle to anybody that gave me a referral, and a handwritten note. I send it off to the company in California, this cute little wine
You're running
company.
a big business.
Well,
You
and that's
are
the
really-
thing. You know, you
you're
got to
running-
stay in front of them. Like, I give these bottles because they're probably going to share it with family members
Okay.
over the holidays. They're going to say, "Oh, what, this is good. Where'd you
What
get it?
is-
Oh, my agent gave it to me." And then it starts that conversation.
What is your closing ratio when you go to get a listing?
100%, except for this year.
How often have you lost a client because you couldn't perform for them fast enough?
Twice. I've only not sold a house. Maybe a little bit more. I'd have to look.
Would you rather get the listing to sell a house or the listing to help buy a house?
You know, it depends. It is situation by situation basis on all of them.
People. Of the people you work with, some you absolutely love
Yeah.
and you wish they were your next door neighbors.
Yes.
Some you absolutely love and you wish they could be your in-laws.
Yeah.
Some you have a great deal of respect for.
Oh, yeah.
Some you might even admire.
Yeah.
How many of them, once the business deal is done, is thanks very much?
I would say there's a couple a year that mentally exhaust me and like,
Too many questions.
Don't live with him.
Jesus.
I love it. No, they just 99% of the time, like I was with a client this weekend who I adore. He is like family to me. I'm helping his daughter find a house. From like my inner being, I love them. I
Right.
love them. I have another family that I've sold. He has 10 brothers and sisters.
Oh,
Oh,
all his
Jesus, no
kids,
wonder
his-
you're so good.
Well, like, and
You're
but
probably
they,
Italian,
you
too.
know, I know they're like, they are just like, there's clients that we do the transaction and I'll chat with them. I always tell them, hey, just because I sold you a house and we're closed doesn't mean that this is done. Call me if you need a plumber. Call me if you need a carpet
Right.
person. I have people that will call me that I sold 10 years ago, and I love hearing from them. It makes me happy to be able to assist them and help them. There are clients where I close it and I'm like, hey, I'm good. If you need something, but I'm not interested, in that future
How big do you want to get?
chatty. I am very happy where I am. I still get to I never miss anything for my kids. That's top priority. I am at the busyness where I'm thrilled. My assistant is lights out
80 to
amazing.
100 houses a year.
That's
Thank you very
good.
But how do you
much.
think it'll change when your kids go off to college?
You know what? I
It's
think
10 years from now.
I
That
don't-
goes quickly.
Not
it
really.
does go quickly.
Let me ask.
I think
the
it'll stay
question.
the same. I mean, hopefully I maybe by that time learn to maybe slow down a little bit and maybe I don't know.
What you're
Pick up
gonna
another
learn,
hobby.
You're going to learn to prioritize and delegate. And
Yes.
That's how you.
That is so crazy thing. The reason why my assistant is with me is I went to a chiropractor. They adjusted me. I couldn't walk. I mean, it was insane.
I
It
didn't
was
think you
like,
were supposed to do that.
oh, insane. So I ended up at Mayo Clinic. I went to like 100 doctors in Kansas City. Legit could not walk. I mean, it was the most insane thing. 2 of my kids were itty bitties. I couldn't pick them up, couldn't drive, couldn't do anything. And I am a control freak. I am the
No.
first to admit that.
No.
OCD.
OCD.
Like me.
No.
Control freak, clean freak, neat freak, organized freak, whatever. It took me
How many
to
kids you have?
have, I know, 3.
Okay.
But it took me to get that sick and that back up to me, be like, I need help. You know, like I mentally, physically cannot do this. And I brought her in, and that was probably the best thing that happened to me, which sounds insane, but it restructured my entire life.
If you wanted to get bigger, bring in somebody else to help do some of the other stuff that you don't do as well, or
Yeah.
takes up a lot of time,
Are
Yeah.
you looking for a job?
maybe.
Yeah.
And so you just do the people interaction,
Yeah.
and you have a team that does everything else.
So I have a support team within so I'm on a team called the Caleb Bortnick team. We've been number one forever. We're a huge team. We all produce as independent contractors.
Right.
So we have like 2 full-time marketing girls that do our marketing. We have stuff like that. So Katie is my person,
Right.
but I do have other support staff that helps me with that, which is awesome. And I'm super thankful. I will tell you, I will never bring on a salesperson underneath me.
No,
No,
They-
zero interest.
right, they're going to disappoint
My mom did it, and it's like babysitting.
Right.
I'm just not interested.
unless you can clone yourself.
Yeah, but then we would knock heads.
Yeah, you
would.
Yeah.
We have, I think, between 6 and 16 viewers.
We're growing. We just started.
I love it.
Is there anything you'd like the whole world to know?
I mean, this is fun. I love
Besides
this.
that, you're awesome.
Oh.
How do people reach you if they want to reach you?
Sure. So you can call my cell phone, 913-485-7211. You can check
Slower?
out my website at lindsayshomes.com.